Mr. 5K Nate Bradley, and you're watching the Saturday Night's Main Event podcast.
People have become to other people.
And we are live.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Saturday Night's Main Event for Saturday. No, today's Friday, March 15th, 2024. I am your host, Dan the Man, with my best friend, Slim Tim. And tonight we have a very special guest to you. He is the former TASW Cruiserweight Champion. Some say you've heard of the head of the table. He is the head of the classroom, the apple of his teacher's eye. I give you IIAN X. How are you tonight, bud?
I'm always great. Thank you.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Thank you. I'm glad you see it.
So what's going on with you tonight, man?
Well, tonight I'm mourning one of my losses, the main loss in my life, which is the Texas All-Star Wrestling Cruiserweight Championship. I was bullied out of it by Cam the Nighthawk Rockwell. So I am, still getting over that. I'm very lucky to be here speaking to you in a very calm manner. I think off camera, I'm not myself.
Well, I'm glad you were able to, collect yourself and get yourself prepared to being on our show tonight. I don't know what you're going to be after you get off, but I hope you have a great night. Your title will come back to you eventually. And let's just have a little bit of fun.
Fun. I don't know you guys to be having fun with you.
I mean, Dan, he's always in the back of the class or the front of the class doing his homework.
Yeah, that's right. He's always deep in his studies.
Never in the back of the classroom. I'm always at the front of the classroom.
Yeah, remember, he's the head of the classroom.
Which means I belong at the front.
Yeah. Like I said, he's the apple of his teacher's eye. He's the head of the classroom. Come on, Tim, get it straight.
I'm sorry.
Come on, Tim, don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm just part of the jocks. I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, so he's one of those ones that were bullying you.
Everyone bullies me. Everyone bullies me. And every time I am crying out for help, everyone else just thinks that I'm the problem, that I'm being the bad guy, but it's everyone else is being the bad guy.
You know what? I want to go ahead. I want to go out and on a limb and tell you that I'm sorry, because I felt like at the last show I did bully you a lot, and that's been weighing on my mind a lot. I felt really guilty. So I apologize. I did scream some harsh stuff at you, completely out of context.
You did. But you know what? The fact that you're able to sit here, understand that, acknowledge it, and apologize, it makes you slightly less idiotic than the other people around you.
Well, you know what? I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah. Maybe you should spread that positivity to your peers.
I will.
Thank you.
But as we start, we like to usually take up about an hour of your time, just kind of round robin some questions, just feed your brain. Is an hour too long for you? Am I keeping you away from
I still
studies?
have night homework to do, so we can kind of get this going.
You want to get okay? Well, then first question: what was your experience getting into pro wrestling as a child? Did you watch it as a child?
I started watching pro wrestling when I was 5 years old. My brother, he always watched Raw, SmackDown, and I was actually out in Houston, Texas during Hurricane Katrina. I'm originally from New Orleans. And when we were out in Houston, came home one day it was one night. He was like, "Hey, come and sit and watch wrestling." I didn't know what it was, but I'm like, okay. It was playing on a TV. It was SmackDown with the big old fist. And I believe the first people I seen, Batista, Eddie Guerrero, and Rey Mysterio. And honestly, like after I watched that one episode, I don't remember exactly the episode I watched, of course, but after watching it, I fell in love with it. And then I was watching wrestling like my whole life. And then I went to my very first show, Monday Night Raw, in 2008. And after that first show, I was just like, I want to perform here, you know. And as a kid, you know, you're just like, you say things, but you never really, you know, you just say things, you put it out there, you know. And so to see now that I am a wrestler, something that I've been, you know, I've been studying in, I've been putting hard work in, and I actually did it, proved to myself that I could do it. It's a really good feeling.
Yeah,
Really,
that's
really
awesome.
good feeling.
That's awesome.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I am awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
We're keeping this conversation straight kayfabe. I see. Okay.
Yeah, we are.
What is that? That's kayfabe.
Yeah. Yeah. This is me.
I'm just being myself.
So, talking about what you were just saying about how you got into the pro wrestling industry, who was your favorite wrestler growing up?
So growing up, it was always Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio was my absolute favorite. Um, then as I got older, I started looking towards guys like Chris Jericho and CM Punk and The Miz, and just seeing that, you know, like those are the guys who could really draw heat from the crowd. You know, drawing heat from the crowd, telling really good stories, really good on the mic, especially CM Punk. And I know, there's a lot of controversy going on with that, but CM Punk is still one of my favorite guys on the mic, and I always wanted to take notes from him. So
I'm guessing
yeah,
you like the
and
attitude from CM Punk, huh? That's where you kind of.
just the realness, the rawness, you know, just he speaks what's on his mind, you know, and I feel like we need a lot more of that, because I would absolutely speak what's on my mind. Everyone bullies me, so I have to speak out about it. You know? And if you don't speak out about it, then you're just gonna sit in the shell and allow people to run over you. But I don't do that. And
Now,
that's why sorry, do not speak. I'm speaking. Thank you. That is why I am one of the longest reigning cruiserweight champions in Texas All-Star Wrestling history.
Why are you laughing over there, Daniel?
I'm
Hey
having
man,
fun,
get it
man.
together. You know, I have homework to do. Let's go.
Now, are you keeping up to date with like current WWE and stuff? Like, are you excited about WrestleMania coming up?
I am very excited about WrestleMania. I cannot wait to see both main events. I am a big women's wrestling fan, by the way. I know a lot of people don't know that, but I'm excited for the Rhea versus Becky match. Excited for Bayley versus Io, and just also I cannot wait to see the stage design. One of my favorite things about WrestleMania, just like all of us, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is the first WrestleMania that I've been genuinely excited for in a long time, and maybe it's just because it's not a Vince McMahon era run WrestleMania, so I think it just feels unpredictable. Like me and Tim talk about it all the time, and
I agree.
really excited, really excited.
I mean,
It's
there's
very exciting. And like, I don't know. For me, like every WrestleMania was super exciting, just because you know it's WrestleMania, it's wrestling. You know, it's a time where you get to just gather all your friends around or no one, and just watch wrestling. You know, watch everyone perform on a big stage, and you know, kind of picture yourself there. You know, and that's what I always do every time I watch wrestling, especially WrestleMania. I just picture myself making my own entrance, creating my own story.
Yeah, I mean, you got plenty of time. Like, if you don't mind me asking, what you're in your early 20s, right?
Yes, sir. 25.
Oh well, yeah, you got plenty of time. And um, one thing I do notice about you though is like I love how you take your character very seriously. I feel like, and this is no shade against anybody at Texas All Star Wrestling. I just feel like your character is so unique. It just sticks out, and I love it. You know, it's not even a character; it's who you are. It's who
It
you
is
are.
who I am. All of my life, everyone decides to bully me because they know that I'm better. And so they try to bully me and they try to tear me down. And then when I am the one that speaks out about it and I fight back, I'm the bad guy. That's been happening my whole life. So yes, this is me. This is not character.
Yeah,
It's
it's
character
all you.
that's going around. What are you trying to say about me? Are you back to bullying me now? I thought you just gave me an apology. What's going on? You're
No,
reverting back to your old ways.
you know what? You know what? I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
I'll forgive you for the second time, but there will not be a third.
Okay,
Oh,
3
oh.
strikes and you're out.
Yeah.
3 strikes and you're out.
And I gotta
No.
let you off the show, Daniel. I mean,
The third strike, I will literally do this right there. I'll go right there.
That's pretty okay. But yes, thank you. I do appreciate that. I definitely think that is something to take seriously as far as just being a wrestler. Because that's what gets you out there. That's what makes people want to see you, makes people want to believe in what you do. And it also, I feel like it honestly makes wrestling easier once you have that character to lean into, and then also too, you just get a burst of ideas, and once you work together with the people around you or whoever you're working with, you can both create magic, and that's what pro wrestling is. It's about two people or a group of people coming together to make magic, to make art.
Yeah.
so I have a question, and we've been to both shows now, the one in Conroe and the one at the VFW. He's not here tonight. We do have another host. His name's Isaiah. We all talk. What is your opinion and mindset about Donovan Bishop?
That guy, I haven't been looking at him a lot. I just know that every single time I have a match, he is out there talking before my match. And, I would take offense to it because he's taking up my time. After every match, I have homework to do. But I would say, from what I have heard, it would be very interesting to see where he lands. Because he has a motive. He wants to be on someone's side. And he can be a very, very helpful person. So honestly, my honest thought, I do not care about anyone or anything but the Texas All-Star Wrestling Cruiserweight Championship. I don't care about him. But the main person that we need to be talking about right now is Cam Nighthawk Rockwell, the person who stole my championship away from me.
You know what? Speaking of Cam, if you have a couple words you would like to say to him right now, the floor is yours.
Cam, I'm going to tell you this right now, and I really hope that you're listening. The next time I see you in that ring, you won't be leaving it. You will not be leaving it with my Texas All-Star Wrestling Cruiserweight Championship, because I will get back rightfully mine. Your little family in the crowd, your little friends, Greg Bodie and Targees and all of them.
Technical difficulties. Uh-oh.
He's
Your mic's muted, bud.
Sorry, I had to gather myself. All of those people, everyone that I mentioned, better stay out of my damn way. And especially you, Cam. Better stay out of my way. I'm going to get my title back. I'm going to send you back home where you came from.
now that's a shoot, brother.
Thank you.
And so, speaking about, all-star wrestling, what is your plans and future with Texas All-Star?
My plan is to become a double champion. I want to hold the Cruiserweight Championship. when I take it away from Cam. And then after that, I have a quest on taking down Nate Bradley, the current Texas All-Star Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, because I know y'all just wrestled at that block party event, right?
We did.
How was
And he
that?
cheated.
Oh, he
He
did?
cheated. And everyone else in the crowd was egging him on. I could have been world champion right now. And then Saturday, I could have went to go and get my Texas All-Star Wrestling Cruiserweight Championship next Saturday. But plans failed because I'm constantly getting bullied from left to right. So my plans is to run through everyone in Texas All-Star Wrestling and put Texas All-Star Wrestling on the map and show why it's the longest tenured wrestling show here in Texas and why it's the most dominant in Texas.
So a question that we usually like to ask our guests, what are your hobbies outside of the ring, man, when you're not wrestling?
I like to write wrestling stories. So that is one thing that I never really share. But I write a lot of wrestling stories. I do universe mode on WWE 2K.
Okay.
They first introduced universe mode SVR 2011.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since that, I started creating my own stories. So from SVR 2011 all the way up to 2K24, I've been writing wrestling stories. So that's one of my main hobbies outside.
Now, are you doing these with the actual default roster? Or are you doing them with all created characters?
I'm doing it with default and created characters.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yes.
Have you ever gotten to a wrestling game series called Fire Pro Wrestling?
I did. I didn't get too much into it, but I have played it a few times. It's pretty fun.
It is, and especially like with like Fire Pro Wrestling World on Steam, it's just like the creation possibilities are so endless. It's such a great game, but dude, 2K24 is so awesome.
It is awesome. I love just one thing about wrestling games in general. Like I love the creation suite. I love creating superstars, creating arenas, creating championships. Because eventually I want to have my own wrestling company. It's way down the line. It's a project that I would like to start. And to be able to tell my own stories, to tell the stories that I have written throughout the years, because I do feel like I have a lot of gold in stories that I've written. So yeah, it is something that's very sacred. Like I have it kept away, put up, and then whenever I do decide to start to implement those stories.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yes. And one of my main characters is named IIAN X.
Okay.
So you're gonna play yourself?
Yeah, I am in my school phase as of right now. I am in my early days of school.
All right.
Did you get the downloadable code for the Mattel John Cena, the action figure Cena yet?
I did not get the code, but I did see that I got the deluxe version, so I did see that they have a Cody Rhodes one.
Mm-hmm.
So I have that one. I didn't see the Cena one.
So if you when you go into your My Faction mode, you go to locker codes, type in My Story 2K24 and you get them for free.
My Story
2K24, I believe that's it. If not, I have it. I'll text you. But yeah, you get the Mattel John Cena, and I did a match yesterday with both action figures, and now I just want a whole game of nothing but action figure characters. It literally looks like I'm playing with action figures in a ring. Like it's super cool.
That is insane. What's crazy is that I actually have never played the My Faction, but I said that I was going to start it this year. So right now I'm finishing up the 40 years of WrestleMania, and then after I do that, I'm going to start the My Faction.
How far are you in 40 years of WrestleMania?
I'm on WrestleMania 10.
Really? Yeah, dude. Yeah. I think I'm at. I'm only on WrestleMania 5. Like I'm so.
Okay. Yeah. I thought I was behind. I was like I'm only on WrestleMania. But no, yeah. because I started at first, like when I first got the game, I had to create all of the characters that I'm going to put into my universe mode, which takes forever.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I finally was able to finish that, and now I'm on to the 40 years of WrestleMania. Then after that, I'll do my faction, and then try out my rise, and then eventually start my universe mode. But I
Yeah.
still have a lot of stories cooking up before I want to actually start the shows.
Nice.
So do
Yeah, so
you actually stream that when you do that?
I don't. I've thought about it. I've thought about it multiple times of streaming it, but honestly, I think it's something that I'm gonna just keep sacred to me because it's, it is something that I eventually want to introduce to the world uh down the line. As of right now, I like to just do it for my own personal sakes.
Well, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's see here.
So I was diving into your I guess you could call it your gallery of wrestling matches on YouTube.
Mhm.
And I seen a battle royal where you were in the ring with Chris Masters. I think it was fairly recent. Now, other than Chris Masters, what other legends or Hall of Famers have you got to share the ring with in some sort of capacity? Maybe even a locker room.
Um, I believe just just Chris Masters sharing
Yeah.
the ring. I've shared the ring with just Chris. It's from the top of my head because I get hit in the head a lot, so I don't really remember a lot. But I do remember getting put in a master lock by Chris Masters, and he tossed me out of the ring, and it was great.
Now, was that for Riot City Wrestling where you're
That
actually
was
wrestling
for
tomorrow?
that was for Tomahawk,
Okay.
Tomahawk Wrestling, and it was at the beginning of this year. It's January 6th, I believe. And yeah, we were in a battle royal, and not a battle royal, a rumble, and I was Chris Masters came out as a special entrant, and I was pushed into Masters by Rob Boris. Um, I thought he was my friend, but he pushed me into Masters. Masters gave me a big spine buster, really hurt, and then I was put into a master lock, and I was tossed outside of the ring, and I say it was great because I'm just trying to be nice, but he really hurt my feelings. I thought Masters was someone that I looked up to, but he was actually just another bully.
Yeah, I guess it's true. Never meet your heroes kind of thing, huh?
Exactly, exactly.
It's
And from
it's
there, I just knew that I was in it alone. Thought Masters would have maybe helped me win the battle royal, the Rumble. Sorry, but
only
Mm,
out for himself.
um, I
only for
guess
himself.
everyone is, especially you. It's
Yeah.
out for yourself.
Ah. So,
What you got, Tim?
well, I mean, I'm trying to be nice here because he already knows that I'm the bully of the group.
How are you? I got a few words for you.
Well, you already know from the VFW. I was right there when you were crying as soon as you lost the belt. I was right there yelling in your face just as much
Hey,
as Cam's mom.
I wasn't crying. I was mourning.
I mean, I can try to find the highlight video.
We don't have to do that. Thank you. What were you saying about Cam's mother?
I mean, I was right
Anything?
there with her.
I mean, do you want to say something to her as well?
You birth a loser.
There you go. You birthed a loser.
I will get my championship back. And that is all I have to say.
Short and sweet. The man keeps it short and sweet.
So,
Yeah.
with moving on, what if you were presented of three major promotions from the U.S., where would you want to go and why?
So I would love to work in any major company. I would because I just love wrestling. I would love to work in any major company, but I will say, because I've been a WWE fan for all my life, I would choose WWE because it would be a dream come true to um, perform at that level, you know. And another reason why I feel like it's very important for me is it's not all about, trying to, get more popularity or just to perform on TV and things like that. But honestly, I want to be able to perform in the WWE to prove to myself that I can perform at that level, and that's honestly my story with wrestling currently, is that I didn't believe that I could even step into the ring and do these things. I didn't think that I could be a wrestler. You know what I mean? So just being able to be here at All Star and perform at their shows and things like that, it really is a dream come true within itself.
Mhm.
And it's something that just keeps me going. And so, yeah, so being able to do that, I've already proved to myself that I can do this. And so now I feel like WWE for me would be that next step to be able to reach my full potential.
So if you were able to get into WWE right now, who would who would you want to match up against for your first match in WWE? It could be former or it can be present.
No, it's got to be current.
All right.
It's got to be current. It's got to be current.
I would love to wrestle Xavier Woods.
Okay.
Okay.
It's yeah, I would love to. I don't know. It's something about Xavier Woods, especially when he started the New Day. It's something about his character work and just his in ring performance where I've taken a lot from him actually. Um, and it's how I was telling you about writing my stories and things like that. I've always had this story of like a super fan story. So one of the little just writing it for fun. I wrote a story about me joining the WWE and being a super fan of Xavier Woods, and eventually you know, getting to a point where we become rivals and have like a big pay-per-view match or something like that. But yeah, that's one of the little things that I've written up. So I would definitely want to face Xavier Woods. I would also like to face Finn Balor.
Oh, that'd be
Ooh.
cool.
I,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
would actually like to see that.
You,
Now,
you know what? You know what I could see how he would make his debut, like Xavier Woods or Finn's cutting a promo, and like music wouldn't start per se, but if he was to bring the schoolboy gimmick to WWE, which I think would be cool, have like a ring or not a ring bell, but like a school bell start
yeah,
ringing, and then his music start. That would be so cool.
that
yeah.
would be awesome. That would be. Hey, I might have to write that down actually.
You should.
But
You
but
should.
honestly, I've always thought about that too. And of course, it just being a thought. But I would love to bring my schoolboy character to WWE and join Chase University in NXT.
Dude,
I,
dude,
I
that would fit perfect.
and
Yeah,
you be the
I
the
would.
head guy instead of
Yeah,
what's his name that runs it. You would be the
um,
head. You would be the head of
yes,
the
exactly.
class this time.
And I would like to, like to get there, try to become a member of Chase University, and then like write it out a bit, try to prove that I'm the top student or whatever, and then decide to try to take over. Like it's a little idea, but I think that my character would go very well in Chase University. And I
So,
would work the heck out of that.
so a question that people on the outside don't know, maybe you can enlighten them. And I've never asked any of our guests this. So,
Yeah.
people like you that you're in the ring, how do y'all get the attention of like a WWE or a TNA? Is it just the more stuff that you put out there that they scour online kind of thing, or
Yeah, I guess it's a little of everything. Like, just to see how much you can put into your work, how much you're able to help others look good, how well you can work with other people, um, your consistency, and of course athleticism, look, things like that. But I believe those are the main ways where you can put yourself out there, and of course, going to seminars, being coachable, and showing that you're able to listen while being coached and things like that. And there's maybe like other ways too that I don't know of. Again, I'm still pretty new. I'm still learning a lot, but those are the main ways as far as from what I've learned to get your name out.
Okay.
And
I can
also, travel to different promotions as well, networking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that one. Traveling, trying to get your name out there, get yourself out there, show that what talent you got would help
Absolutely.
you get into where you want to go in life. You want to make this a full career, because I know from the other guys that we've talked to on the show, they've told us, y'all do this show on Saturday, but then at the same time, right after that show, yeah, y'all might be busted up, bruised, hurting, but all of y'all have jobs at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, and I definitely have my Monday through Friday, but I always make time to make sure I'm able to be at training Tuesdays and Thursdays to stay consistent. There will be some days where I won't be able to make it because I'm working longer hours or whatever. Because I also live on my own, so I'm paying all of my bills by myself. So I just want to make sure I'm able to be financially stable while also being able to put in enough work in wrestling as well, in my wrestling life. But I am definitely ready to graduate to the point of being able to be paid and make a living off of wrestling now. At first it was great. The balance was great. The balance is still great, but I think I'm ready to push myself to that next level. Uh, to be able to make a living off of wrestling, because wrestling is just what I love. It's just all I want to do.
So so with especially being in independent wrestling, could you see yourself going to AEW for your next step before
Oh
you
yeah. I again, like I said, I would not mind wrestling any promotion, any major promotion. I would just be grateful to have the opportunity to work there. Um, and wherever my wrestling journey lands me is where it lands me, and I'm gonna make sure that I make the best of it. I would love to work in every promotion, honestly. I would love to work in Impact. I would love to work AEW, WWE, even if it's just extra work, just to be able to get the experience.
what about
But
New
yes,
Japan?
I would love to work in New Japan as well. Yes, New Japan. That would be one of my goals between this year and next year, is to try to perform in Japan, because I love the wrestling culture out there as well.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go to Japan. Yeah, just for the culture alone. The
Yeah.
I mean
gaming.
I mean,
I mean,
Daniel, didn't you mention that they wait till the move is over before they start clapping?
oh yeah, yeah. Japanese fans, yeah, they are
Yeah.
very respectful. You won't hear them
Yes.
cussing. They are like, especially like if you see like videos of like Kurikan Hall,
Yeah.
that's my favorite venue in Japan. People
Yeah.
sit there, you do a move, you get a
And
slight
yeah.
golfer's clap, and you move on.
Yeah, I love that. I love Japan crowds. I really do love Japan crowds. That's why I also really I want to work a Japan crowd. Like I really do, as a heel.
Yeah.
I would actually watch it
Yeah.
just to see that your character at New Japan, just to see what they would do with you being a heel on that one. That
it,
would be
it
awesome.
it would definitely be an experience. It's something that I definitely want to try, and I want to bring my character everywhere. Man. I want to bring it everywhere, just to be able to see how it fits in different places.
So I'm gonna throw a name out there. You may know him, you may not know him.
Okay.
Are you pretty familiar? Are you like? Do you watch anything like deathmatch ish? Like the ultra violent, like hardcore stuff. Like, do you know
I
a deathmatch
I
wrestler named Madman Pondo?
I don't, but I used to, like, as a kid, like whenever me and my friend were like watching like little backyard wrestling and stuff like that, like we'll see some gruesome, uh, hardcore matches like that. But I was never really just would like put on a match and watch it. You know what I mean? But no, I don't know who you're referring to.
So he's been in the deathmatch game for over 30 years.
Okay.
He's done. I think when I interviewed him over on my other podcast called The World of Kayfabe, we had him on as a guest probably 6 months ago,
Mhm.
and he's done 65 tours of Japan in his career.
Oh, nice.
And he said he loves it, loves wrestling for the crowd. They're more respectful.
Respectful, yeah, yeah,
And basically, he told me every chance that he gets to go over there, he does.
yeah.
Because
That's awesome.
he wrestles for Big Japan Pro Wrestling, so he's still doing the deathmatch stuff,
Yeah.
blood and guts and that stuff.
Whew, man,
You,
man. Someone
you,
I'm sorry.
no, I was gonna say with him talking about World of Kayfabe, you need to go over to that channel and look for one of the interviews. You want to hear about a personal life in the ring and outside the ring? Go watch their episode with Mickey Knuckles.
Yeah, go to twitch.tv/World of Kayfabe. I don't remember what episode it is, but yeah, we interviewed Mickey Knuckles. She's also in the deathmatch scene, but she
Okay.
was trained by CM Punk, Chris Hero. She had a
Mhm.
lot of really good Punk stories because that was one of the first questions I had. I was
Yeah.
chomping on the bit to ask her about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I learned. Do you know who Too Cold Scorpio is?
Of course, yes.
I learned stories about Too Cold Scorpio that my ears should have never heard.
Oh,
We
I'm actually to back to the question of if I ever shared a locker room with any legends. Yes, I have Too Cool Scorpio back at Tomahawk. Yes.
really
Yes, yes. So there were actually a number of legends out in Tomahawk that I have shared a locker room with. You know, it's more of like a pass by, like a hello, how are you? I think Tommy Dreamer,
ooh,
Jazz, um, Virgil, um,
God rest his soul.
yeah, rest his soul, and you know, and Gangrel,
Ooh.
uh, yeah, and many more. I just can't really remember, but yeah, yeah. Tomahawk. There's like a lot of legends.
Now we're a pretty open platform here, and you feel comfortable if you want to answer this. Uh, was there any legend or what we say an old timer that you interacted with that you didn't have a good experience with? That one of those kind of don't never meet your hero kind of moments?
No, actually, everyone has been very respectful. I'm very respectful, especially, and so, everyone actually, I haven't encountered anyone that's been disrespectful at all,
Nice.
especially because, like I said, like I try to make sure that I'm my most respectful self around anyone. I mean, it's not hard to do, of course, because I'm a good person. Duh. But yeah, no, I haven't had any bad encounters. Now, I would say too, also back to talking about Chris Masters. One of the things I did appreciate is when he put me in that master lock and he had tossed me outside of the ring, right? So the idea, the plan was for him to toss me on the apron and then let me take my own bump outside of the ring. But when he had me in a master lock, I passed out. And then when he threw me over, he expected me to land on the apron, but I tossed myself to the floor. And of course, it's because I'm passed out. Why would I stand on the apron, right? So I tossed myself to the floor, and he kind of looked. He was like, "Oh my god, like did I just kill him?" So when we went to the back, he had checked on me. He was like, "Hey man, like, are you good? Like, are you okay?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm good." I was like, if you notice, like, I passed out. So whenever you toss me over, I try to take my bump, to straight to the floor. And he actually commended me on that. And he was just like, he was like, that's really good ring awareness. It's really good awareness of where you are in the match, and that's the psychology that will get you far, you know. And then he also said that in front of my trainer too, so my trainer heard it, and my trainer was like, "Hey man, you just got a really good critique from Chris Masters. You're doing pretty well." So
Yeah.
yeah, it was a really good feeling. But yeah, all of my experiences with the bigger names that I've met, it's been it's been all positive, honestly.
That's good,
That's cool.
Yeah. Mhm.
man.
I'm
Just to
great.
meet them, as a person in the audience,
Yeah.
just to go up and shake some of these legends' hands, it's unreal. Because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would have had the opportunity way back in the day. I don't remember exactly when it was, but my mom and her boyfriend were going to Vegas one day,
Mhm.
and they were in line. I want to say in Austin, I believe, and
Mhm.
right in front of them was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh.
And I was just like, and they took back, of course, back then we didn't have the cell phones to get,
Yeah, right.
selfies and stuff. So they took a picture with the camera, got it developed, and then handed it to me. Till this day, I don't know where it's at, but I do have a picture
Hey
of
man, come on.
Stone
He had to
Cold
keep
somewhere.
yeah. Yeah. But
But
that's awesome.
um, kind of going a little bit back to when uh the match Break It Off, we asked Vinny Zuko this question. And we also asked your nemesis, Cam, this question. What was your uh, thoughts of the match between Nate and Nate Silverback? What was your thoughts when you were in the back and you heard that loud slap?
Oh yeah. So I was doing my homework and I just heard a very, very loud smack. And instantly I knew what it was. I knew he chopped the crap out of uh, Nate Bradley, because I felt one of those chops before. And luckily it wasn't on my chest, but it was on my back, and it hurts just as
Oh,
worse. Yeah.
no.
And after he gave me that chop, which was actually I believe it was only my second time in the ring. He gave me that chop and he said, "Welcome to the business, kid." And yeah, so when I heard that, my experience backstage when I heard it, definitely got flashbacks. So
Mm.
that is the only time I can tell you that I felt sorry for Nate Bradley.
Yeah, I messaged him the next day on Facebook and I said, "Bro, how's your chest feeling?" He sent me a picture of his chest and it's just hamburger meat. And I'm just like, "Oh my God."
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Funny story. Um, when I had my first match with Nate Bradley, I had given him a chop, and it actually left a permanent mark, like right under, I believe, his left pec. Yeah. So next time, ask him about that, and you'll see it is a permanent mark right there.
Ooh.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm actually super bummed, man. I can't make it to Star Wars because that day's my daughter's birthday. She's turning 4. And dude, I
Okay.
want to see the main event, dude. I want to see Nate and Jordan Jensen go at it again.
Yeah, they
Those
put on a banger. They put on a banger last time, man. Put on a
dude,
banger.
oh, at Conroe Rumble? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then believe it or not, that was mine and Dan's first match ever
Yeah.
going to as an independent wrestling. That was my
Oh,
first ever.
really?
Yeah, because I'm used to paying, the money for WWE.
Right, right.
And
And then mhm,
uh
I'm sorry.
the other guy that's on our show, um, he called me and Dan up and he was like, "Hey, you want to go to a wrestling show?" And we're like, "Why not? I mean, we're stuck at the house. Why not?" So we all loaded up, and I think that was the first time I ever saw you in the ring.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
you were so mad that you got thrown out of the Rumble because you just came out and then boop, you were right back over.
Did you see how he cheated, right? I went over there and I went to go and clothesline him over the top, but I slipped. Whoever set up the ring, they put something in the middle, but they did that on purpose because they knew what I was going to do. They were plotting on me. and I ran in there and I went to go at Cam and I tripped. You can watch the video back. I tripped, and then that gave him enough opportunity to just send me right over the
Yeah,
top.
because the momentum just took him over.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I didn't even look at that back because it's very embarrassing. It's
Well,
just very, very.
do we need to go get a hold of TASW to do a replay on that
I don't think we should do that.
to
Actually,
strike against that?
I think no, I think they're sleeping right now. Don't wake them up.
Well, I mean, an injustice always needs a solution.
Don't make points. Don't make valid points right now.
It's
Bully.
too late for a valid point.
You're a bully. You're a bully. It's too late to be talking to you right now. Actually,
No, hey, I'm trying to get brownie points by you. All right.
and try harder.
So, so who's your favorite opponent that you work with in the ring?
Um, I would definitely say, man, everyone that I faced, I had a lot of fun with. But I will say, uh, it's very hard. It's very hard to choose. But I will say because we came up together and we trained together, it would be Cam because we just have that instant chemistry. Still hate him. We have that instant chemistry, but I also really enjoyed wrestling Chris Cruz, who I took the Texas Wrestling Championship from. Nate Bradley for sure. He's a freaking natural in the ring. Estrella Galactica, very, very fun to work with. I can't wait to rip his mask off next time we're in the ring. Estrella Galactica, Your Highness Joseph, Great Bodie, and Dylan Scott. He's a really big dude. I like to wrestle big dudes.
Yeah.
Don't ask me
I would
why.
actually like to see you go against the Silverback again. I mean, I
I would love to go against Silverback. They didn't book that now. Book that.
like I don't care what I'm doing. I would make sure to make that show just because I asked for it. I want to see it because
It,
I mean it is. I mean, even though there's different stories going on right now,
mhm.
I like seeing the little dudes go against the bigger dudes.
Exactly. I feel like that's a lot of magic is created from there. And the type of wrestler I am, I love to bump with people. I love to make other people look good. And I always tell them this too. I'm just like, I cannot wait for us to be in the ring. I want you to freaking feel me across the ring, like just freaking toss my ass across the ring, and I'll sell for everything. But no, yeah, I would love to face him, and there's so many other people as well that I would like to face. Give them a lesson in the ring. Uh, but yeah, I've had so many great opponents. I don't think I've had any bad experiences with anyone that I faced. Everyone's pretty good. We both bring out the best in each other.
And you can
Yeah,
see it,
so,
and you
yeah,
definitely can see it. And I mean, just yours and Cam's chemistry. I mean,
yes,
y'all can, as an audience member,
mm,
you can see the chemistry that y'all have. Y'all y'all tell the story really well. Y'all go at it. You entertain the crowd, and
yes,
as a wrestling fan myself, and now seeing it in independent wrestling, it makes me enjoy it more. You know,
yes,
I
yes,
like the good guys. I like the bad guys.
yeah,
Yes, I'm not a big Roman fan right now. I used to be, but with Roman, with the storyline that's going on there, I'm not a Roman fan. I will admit that.
yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, the story is excellent. They're selling it. Y'all are selling it. And
Exactly. And
go ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but yeah, no, like just to that point, like I feel like that is what draws people in is the story behind everything, right? And whenever the wrestler is able to put their all into their performances, into the matches, into the story, and not just going at it 50%, 25%. You want to give 110%, and that's how you're able to draw in everyone, And that's always my goal for every single match that I'm in, every match that I'm in, every promo that I cut. I just want to be able to give it my all because, like I said, wrestling is my everything. And I love working with people who have that same mindset.
I'm going to throw this out here. If there was a way that we can rate the matches at Break It Off, it's easily, and I'm going to say this right now with you on, you and Cam's match was easily match of the night because the crowd was so hot for that match.
Yeah.
Every like dastardly thing that you did to keep the title, everybody was just like, this son of a bitch better not do it. And you did it. And it was great, man. Especially that last sequence when the referee was counting slow, it felt like it took forever. And it was so, God, that match was great. And no offense to Nate Bradley, that's my boy.
Of course.
Y'all outshined him. And I only say that because the ending of the main event, because that match could have went either way. There was times that I thought that the other Nate was going to win the title. But it was the ending. I understand the ending set up for the next event.
Yeah.
But y'all's match easily stole the show.
Thank you. It's a very, very big compliment because, man, Nate Bradley, him holding the main event scene, he's been holding it for a long time. I believe like 11 plus months now. And he's just freaking amazing. And everyone says this, and he's heard so many times, but he's just freaking great at what he does, and him and Nate Slater as well. And then, like the main event that they had, they were able to easily steal a show. So to be able to hear that, my match was picked for match of the night is really, really, it's a very big accomplishment.
and it should be because the two events that because I showed up late, I missed the first match, but the two matches that I wanted to see was Nate against Nate, and then you and Cam. Those were the two. If I missed anything else, not a big deal to me, even though it is because we are Texas All-Star Wrestling fans and we want to support y'all as much as we can.
Absolutely.
But if I missed any of the other shows, any other matches, y'all's two, Nate and you and Cam, were by far the ones that I wanted to see. And I agree with Dan on this one. When I enjoyed the storyline with Nate Bradley.
Yes.
But y'all's had everybody, and I'm talking about from everyone out in the audience down to Cam's mom on their toes and at the end of their seats because you would get him, pin him, boom, he kick out. And I'm talking about to the point where you could see in both of y'all's eyes, like, man, we're, we got to give it all we got, but we're done. Like, we can't keep going. We got to keep going.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what really got me on my toes and at the edge of my chair is when I forgot exactly. I would have to go back and watch the video of the highlight, but it was right when Cam ran into the ref.
Yeah. When I got away.
That's when I will actually say I was on my edge of my seat because I was like, okay, ref is down. What's about to happen?
I was going to hit him with the championship. But then he slithered his little way out and kicked me right in the face. Yeah.
And I mean, and like Dan said, y'all did the show. The one thing I actually have to say though is, man, that knee that you gave Cam really messed him up.
Pop quiz is what that knee is called. Yeah, I have to hand out the pop quiz, and throw everyone off their game because no one's expect a pop quiz.
Mhm.
So,
Now
but yeah,
I'm
it's. Mhm.
I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry.
reach out. I'm gonna reach out to the powers that be at TASW, and I want to ask them if they would ever consider in the future for people that miss the shows, if they would ever upload the full show on their YouTube page. I
Mhm.
think that would be so cool because, like I said, man, I have to miss the 23rd. Man, I'd
Yeah.
love to watch it.
Yeah, you definitely have to talk to them about that, but because I think it would be awesome as well. But if you've noticed, they have been leaning more into posting more content on YouTube
Yeah,
now.
they should.
I believe, yeah, because we have such a good roster, and we put on such amazing shows, and I really believe like the world needs to see it.
And I'm ready to see a match where the women come out because the two that we went to,
Hmm.
they show them on the poster,
Yeah.
but they don't actually come out in the ring.
Yeah, maybe because maybe like last minute cancellations and things like that. But yeah, from the women that we do have on the roster, freaking awesome. And we have an up and coming woman on the roster is Emberlyn, and she's really been putting in a lot of work. I think her last match was with Don Milagro, and she was whooping his butt, whooping him. But no, she's doing really really good, and we actually train a lot at the school. She's my wrestling sister, so yeah, I
Ah,
can't wait to do big things with her. Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
yeah, because we that's what me and Dan and Isaiah were always talking about is we're like, man, we want to see the women. Like,
mhm.
they're on the roster,
Yeah,
but we
yeah,
want to see them, and that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to in the future,
yes,
hopefully
and
soon, where they start uh getting some of the women out there
yeah,
and
and then having some really good stories with them too. Like I said, I grew up watching women's wrestling as well, and one thing I really do appreciate about women's wrestling is the women know how to tell a good story. They really know
yeah,
how to tell a good story, and especially when they put their all into the wrestling, like they create magic.
yeah,
So
and
yeah,
Now, are you booked for Star Wars?
I am, yes,
Who are
yes.
you facing?
I don't know yet. Whatever bully decides to step up to the plate, but I need to be getting my rematch for my All Star Wrestling Cruiserweight Championship.
Oh,
So,
this. Oh, that one.
are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Not at all.
Oh no, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna go down like that.
No.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
This is why I need to see this.
Stay
But
tuned.
so he's not here, so I'm gonna ask the question: what is your Mount Rushmore of wrestlers?
Personally, Rey Mysterio, CM Punk, Shinsuke Nakamura,
oh,
Oh, that's different. You're the first one that's actually mentioned that.
Shinsuke Nakamura, Eddie Guerrero, and stuff like this is very hard. Oh, and because it's wrestling, John Cena.
yeah, you got to
John
have
Cena.
him on
You gotta have John Cena on. And I feel bad for even like missing some other people, but for me personally in my journey, those are those are the guys that I choose.
I mean, if it was me, and not just as a fan, but if I was a wrestler and I
Yes.
chose to go that route, mine would be CM Punk. It's hard because I'm torn between John Cena or Undertaker.
Hmm. Hmm.
That I mean, Undertaker's been one of my all-time favorites besides
Yes.
Stone Cold, which Stone Cold is part of my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm gonna go with Undertaker, Stone Cold, And now I see what you mean. The last one, which is hard because I'm torn between two,
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to go with the famous Mick Foley.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Just
awesome.
just because how you were talking about how you passed out and then took your bump over the ropes.
Hmm.
That match between him and Undertaker.
Yeah.
Dan knows what WrestleMania that was.
No,
Yeah.
it was King of the Ring.
No, it was King of the Ring.
June 26th, 1998 from Pittsburgh. The Hell in a Cell match at King of the Ring 98.
That one, all time.
That was a classic.
Yeah, and that's what really started making me like Mick Foley. Just
Yeah.
because the beating that he took, but still got up and said, "No, we got to give him more. We got to give him more."
Yeah. Yeah.
That right there, all time, and that's my Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. It
Now-
sends chills. Now listen.
No, I was going to say, you were talking about wrestling games earlier. Did you ever play SmackDown Here Comes the Pain?
Yes.
So you're familiar with the cover of it, right? With Brock on it?
Yes. Bro.
So it's a little inside thing on my other podcast, World of Kayfabe, but we have World of Kayfabe, Here Comes the Pain.
Oh wow. Can I
Yeah,
get a
that-
copy?
Yeah, that's my host Nick right there. And then you got my buddy Joey as Rey Mysterio, and then I'm Sergeant
Oh my
Slaughter.
God. That's awesome. Can you put my face on there? I would like to be.
Would
there.
you like me to make you a World of K or a SmackDown Here Comes the Pain?
Please.
You
Please.
got it.
I would do your homework for you.
You got it.
Alrighty. Well, this is getting close to the end. We're closing the show, and we like to open the floor up for to you. Basically, let people know where they can find you. If you got merch out there, where they can find that as well. So the floor is all yours.
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at IAN X Wrestling. That's IIAN X Wrestling. On Facebook, same thing, IIAN X Wrestling. I don't have a TikTok. Thinking about it, but I don't know if they're gonna ban TikTok. That's a different conversation. But and I also don't have X, but I may be getting onto X soon. May need people to run that stuff for me, honestly, because I don't have enough time. I have a lot of homework to do. Yes, and as far as the merch, I am only selling it at the shows as of now, but very soon I will be opening up a website to start selling merch there.
Nice.
All right. So
Yes.
next show, I expect an extra large, because every show we go to and everybody that we have on the show, we always try to get a shirt to have.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I sold a lot of my extra larges like very quickly. So I have to get more of those. I only have smalls and mediums right now. You think you could squeeze into a medium?
No.
Just
I need a 2X.
Hey man, you good. You got it. You got it. I'll get you a small.
Just put two mediums together. He'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. See, now you're using your brain. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
All righty. Well, we want to
Alright.
thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's been great. You're always welcome to come back. You know how to get a hold of us, and we know how to get a hold of you. Dan, do you have any last words?
I think I pretty much covered them here on the show.
Make it wise. Make your last words wise. You already started off on a rough path.
I told you, hopefully through the show I got some brownie points by you. Next,
Alright.
here, I'll make you this promise. Next show
Yes.
that I see you at, I won't bully you so hard. So hard.
Okay. And we'll see. We'll see how that goes for you.
Just a tad just a smidge of instigating. That's it.
And a smidge of instigating. Okay. We'll
That's
see
all you're gonna
how
get.
far the instigating gets you. And
Gotcha.
maybe that'll fuel me to win my championship back. So if that happens, then yeah, maybe you do get those brownie points.
I got you.
All right.
All righty.
Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, you're surely welcome. Well, just to let everybody know that's listening or watching, you can find us on every platform that you can get your podcast on. We are also on Facebook, Instagram, and just recently, Saturday Night Main Event is now on X. So you can find us there as well. Stay tuned. We're always having some kind of guest come on the show. But like I said, if you missed the show, you can find us on YouTube as well if you want to watch it live, or go on to every platform to find us and listen to us when you're on the road or anywhere in your office, or like IAN X here, when he's at school and doing his homework, he can listen to us as well. So, by all means, I'm Slim Tim, my best buddy Dan the Man, and he's not here tonight, but we're still going to give him a shout out, and Isaiah, and our special guest, IAN X. We will see you next time. We are out.